Hello, my name is May Flom. I'm a brand ambassador for Archer and Olive. I'm coming to you today live from my studio in my sweats with my messy bun, because today's video, we are all about the ideas for when the energy is low. Maybe you've been sick, maybe you've been stuck creatively, maybe your brain has blocks, maybe you're suffering from depression or anxiety or mental health problems. Maybe you're just going through a really rough patch, you're super stressed out, there's so much to do. Been there, done that, to all of it. And I am here to share with you, these are some ideas. I've actually been recovering from a really nasty bout of pneumonia and more, and I didn't create for a few weeks. So I've been filming myself over the past couple of days and what I'm doing to get my journaling habit back out. If you don't have an Archer and Olive notebook that you feel very free to do whatever you would like to do in, this is my enabling to you. Go grab one. Not only do I love these notebooks, period, but if you have one, drop us a comment, tell us what you love about them. But I love the dots because it gives me some structure should I want to follow it. They're also pale enough I can ignore them when I want to, which you'll see me do a lot of. And I love that the paper is nice and thick, so whatever direction I'm going, maybe there's a little paint today, maybe there's some funky markers today, whatever it is, the paper holds up and can handle it. So this is my enabling to you. Get yourself a notebook that you can just go creatively wild in, explore ideas freely, and just let yourself have at it, see what comes out. I actually have been calling this for about 6 months now, my therapy journal, because sometimes I got things to work out. Sometimes I just need to let an idea out or capture an inspiring quote, something like that. We'll get to all of that. So now what I'm going to share with you is what I do in here. Like I said, I've been filming myself over the past few days, getting back in the groove, and some of the regular exercises that I do in order to help me keep my journaling habit going, keep things flowing. Self-therapy, right? That's always a good thing. Work things out and keep myself focused on the good. Keep myself focused on these positive habits like journaling. Keep myself focused on what I want, where we're going. But that's enough about that. Let's dive right into these ideas.
The first idea I will share is I just opened to a random page anywhere in this particular journal, and I make myself a prompt, something good today, something I like, something I'm happy about, something I'm proud of. I put a little bit of washi tape and I make several spaces, usually about a week's worth, so that what I will do is come back and each day the rule is I just have to write down one thing for that prompt. This keeps me in my journal, but at the same time, it keeps the energy level. It keeps what I have to do really simple, really easy, and it's laid out for me. I don't have to think. I don't have to guess. I just have to fill in the prompt. And yes, I do have journal pages that have prompts on them to help me when I need to set up a new one and I don't have ideas. The second idea that I do, and this tends to be either if I'm in a really good space or if I'm struggling, notes to my future self. And it's a similar concept where I'll put some washi tape and write down what the page is about. And then I will just write myself some notes, some encouragement, some reminders, some things that I think future me might like to read. Now, this one's a little more energy just in that I am having to activate my brain, I'm having to think a little bit, I'm having to write about, in this case, reminding myself of several rules that I have, reminding myself of some things that I can do or focus on that will help me, that will be positive. And I love having these kind of reference pages in my journal. They really help me out. Idea number 3. This is a big one for me. At my worst times, I only have to do 3 things in a day. And this is always my reminder, if you can just get through these 3 things, you could just be done for the day. You can go crawl back in bed if that's what you want to do. Now, most of the time, by the time I get through the 3 things, I'm feeling better. But there are days where, you know what? I just need to accomplish these 3 things. And you can tell my mental state was not great on this particular day. I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not in the order I normally would have, but that's okay. So I've made out my physical therapy schedule for my shoulder rehab. I put in where I need to take walks. And so yes, even though items that small do qualify here on my 3 things. And I'm just making just the next 6 days. Here's the 3 things you have to do each day. And I make myself a little box to cross them off because that helps me feel more accomplished. And you could definitely make this fancier. I am not, because that is just not the place I was in. Remember, embellishing and making things fun or decorative is always a fantastic way to boost your mood, only if that's where your mood is. If that's not where your mood is, or that's not your style, then obviously it doesn't have to be. The journal is for you. The journal should be helping you in whatever way, shape, or form that might be. Now we're on to the next idea. Now for this one, what we're going to do is we are going to make a scribble page. So I'm scribbling one word really big. In this case, I wrote magic. And then I'm just going to go all over the place. I'm going to go in every direction. I wouldn't say that I'm intentionally trying to make this ugly. I'm just putting absolutely zero pressure and zero thought on this. The idea here is to unstick my brain. So unstick my writer's block, get myself loosened up creatively, get some thoughts and ideas flowing out of me, take away the fear of the blank page by doing some scribbliness, and just really embracing, like I'm a kid in a classroom bored listening to teacher, just writing and loosening up, right? Because here in this particular journal, this is my journal. I think of it as my writing journal, meaning this journal, whatever needs to come out, sometimes it's for future reference, sometimes it's just applicable on that day. Whatever needs to come out is welcome to come on out in this journal of mine. And that's why I love the Art Journal of paper. It's so nice and thick. Whatever happens to be going on in my mind, it can handle it. It can hold up. And I'm just, whatever my thought is, like no rules. I was starting to put some expectation on myself making this video. And I was turning to this and then I went, oh, I better turn on the camera because what I'm doing here applies literally to the video I am making. Let's get this in here. So whatever thoughts I have, sometimes if you don't even have thoughts, grab some favorite quotes, write some favorite quotes. If you can't think of quotes, just single words. Whatever word pops into your mind, there's not a wrong answer here. Whatever you want to doodle, whatever you want to put in there, it could be repetitive. You could just draw stars over and over and over. There's no wrong answer. You could also just focus on filling the space. So for example, here on the letters, I am just adding shapes and lines to fill these letters and just add to them and see, okay, well, what else do I have? And I stalled out there for a second thinking, oh, I don't know if I should double draw, draw extra a line. Why not? Go ahead. Draw the extra lines, do the extra stuff. You want to add color? Get some markers, get some paints, whatever you've got. Add some color. If color is bringing you joy, go ahead, bring it. Or if you're just thinking, oh, this might be a fun idea. The whole concept for me when I am low energy, when I am down, is to remove any expectation from myself on what something should be and just let out whatever comes out. Do whatever I can to remove pressure, remove worry, remove expectation, and just let the magic happen. And in my journaling corner, which, yes, this is me, that one was a word. You could also do a shape. A very basic shape will work really well. You could do a circle. You could do a heart. You could just do random lines and then fill the lines with shapes or different configurations of lines. Sometimes just the process of moving the pen around for me really, really can help. If you're not feeling drawing, do you have any stamps? Do you have any inks? You could always decorate yourself a base page. So I'm just taking a couple of stamps and ink pads here. Anything you've got would work. And I'm just making a border so that I have a bit of decoration for the next page. And this can be something that I sometimes will do a couple of. This can help me with my blank page syndrome, meaning I'm afraid of the page because it's blank and I don't want to mess it up. If it's already got ink and stuff on it, it's not totally blank and it's a little easier sometimes for me to work with. And here I've got some different little stamps there. You could also just take an ink pad and rub it all over and add some color if you wanted to. Why not, right? Why not have another page ready to go? This is just a very, very simple concept, and no right or wrong way. You could also add to those. You could add your journal prompts. So remember in the start here, I had some journal prompts that I was doing. Now, what am I doing there? Remember I said you could just fill shapes. This is me literally just filling a page with scribbles because I had no ideas. And that's okay too. And finally here we have my ugly cat. Here is something where I will draw a little box and then tell myself, make it as pretty as you can, make it as ugly as you can, whatever it is. And this one, I actually leave myself notes a lot. I like to do this a lot when I have thoughts. And my thought was, May, you're really bad at drawing because you never ever draw. I used to. I have taken classes, but I don't ever draw anymore. So guess what? Rusty, rusty, rusty. And if you want to be good at things, you guys know how this goes. You've got to put in some practice and give it some time. No wrong answers. Fill it up and get the flow. I like me, no expectations. I have not made what I call a magic page, which is why we did the word magic here, in such a long time. And you know what? Filming this video, spending a couple of days here working on different ideas and making this for you to share, it's really been awesome. And what I really have gotten, not just have I boosted myself back up out of sick mode and back to thrive mode, but I hope that I have inspired you. And I hope that if you have ideas or if you have things that you specifically do, please drop a comment and share. I would love to personally see it. I would love to be inspired. And I would love to add ideas too. Ideas for when you're stuck pages in this, my precious journal where I put whatever the thoughts are. And you know what? Sometimes when I pick this up and flip through, I find things that inspire me or make me want to do something else or try something else. And sometimes when I flip through, I just find an open page and start going with the flow, whatever that flow might be. But this is definitely a tool I love using in my mental health to help keep me focused, help keep me up, help keep me really just on my path to where I want to be and where I want to go. And I hope I've helped you too. I'll see you next time.